ngôi trường bán trú và nội trú dành riêng cho nam, studio làm phim chuyên nghiệp ngay trong khuôn viên trường, khu vực luyện tập thể thao rộng 17.000 m². Đây là McCallie School. Đây có phải môi trường lý tưởng cho các học sinh nam? Hãy để tập cuối của boarding pass giải đáp thắc mắc đó.
Hey everyone, I'm here at McCallie School. This is a humongous campus with 3 baseball fields, 5 athletics fields, 5 basketball courts. So when they say everything is bigger in America, that exists right here. And I'm so excited to visit this wonderful, wonderful campus, all-boys boarding school. Hey guys, my name is Phoebe. I'm here to visit the campus.
Great to meet you. My name's Salvin. I'm 16. I'm from California, and I'm a junior this year as a boarder up in Burns.
Nice to meet you, Savin.
See you. My name's Kevin Yang from China, Chengdu, if you've ever heard of it. I'm 18 right now, and I also live in Burns.
Yeah, so right now we're just at the front of McCallie, and if you look towards our right, we're looking at the SAC, which shows a lot of the athletic events. We'll see basketball games, the climbing team and the squash team occasionally works there.
So over here is a lake. We'll have fun during the weekend, playing volleyball, have some barbecue over here. Over there is a black box theater. We have many theater programs if you're interested in it, participation.
Yeah, and if you look towards the left of there, you're going to see the lacrosse fields, the ultimate frisbee fields, as well as I believe now the baseball fields. You continue going up, you're going to see a large amount of new spacious facilities that have recently been built.
So right now we're walking up, and if you look to our right, we're going to go to the alumni hall, or what students call the dining hall.
So behind us that way, you have the golf center. That is the indoor golf program. And we also have indoor and outdoor tennis center. I mean, we have a pretty strong team, and we rank like consistently #1 for the past few years.
So right now we're just surrounded by all the dorms, I could say. So we just passed back there, which is Founders. And then on the right, you have Belk. You continue going past the alumni hall, you're gonna see Burns and Presley.
We have a beautiful campus. We're on Missionary Ridge, so we get beautiful views out the windows and a wide variety of places where boys can use their hands.
So right now we are at the center of the academic section of the school right now. So right in front of us is a Walker Hall. It is a science building. So the first floor we have all the basic classes, you know, biology, chemistry, physics, and the second floor is more for AP classes like AP Physics C, AP Environmental Science, AP Chemistry, AP Biology. And the ground floor is where you take your CS class, and we'll have innovation lab, you know, engineering lab as well, where you have your CNC machine running. You can participate in that project. Behind us is the art building. The top floor is where people have band practice, you play orchestra, and the middle floor is for art, mainly 2D art, design classes.
I actually have my AP US History class with Dr. Ritchie, if you'd like to join.
Oh, that's fantastic. I would love to.
Oh yeah, by the way, I have innovation lab in the afternoon. Would you like to come?
This is perfect. I get to join a class in the morning, a class in the afternoon. I would say yes to all of that.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll see you
then.
then.
All right, so I follow you, Savin?
Oh yeah.
All right, take care, Kevin. See you in a bit.
See ya.
Bye.
Jackson was, if not the first president to be photographed, he probably was the first. I know that John Quincy Adams, I'm going to show you a photograph of him later, maybe not today.
The thing that we think about all the time is what is best for the boys. And that goes for every aspect of McCallie, but specifically with academics. So we are thinking about what is best for boys learning. What do our boys need to be doing in the classroom to prepare themselves for their futures? Working with boys, it can be a little messy at times. And we understand that. And in some ways we encourage it. We want this to be a place where boys learn to try things, which sometimes means you fail. Maybe not an F on a transcript, but shooting for a goal and coming up a little short, dusting yourself off and realizing that you're okay, that's a big part of what we do here. We want to give guys an opportunity to grow so that when they go into the next phases of their lives, it's not the first time they've run into a challenge or an obstacle. And we help guys here overcome those obstacles. So one of the things that we think about academically is we know boys need to be challenged, but not overwhelmed. And we know that for boys to get the most out of their potential, it usually takes a village. It takes help. Sometimes boys aren't the best at asking for help, One of the things that's special about the McCallie culture is that we nurture the idea that you shouldn't try to do this all by yourself. When you run into a hard class, which you will here, there are a lot of great resources, teachers. We have a learning center where guys of all abilities can come and get help that they need. We have a counseling center, we have a writing center. So we're trying to create a culture where when a boy runs into a challenge, he says, there are people here that want to help, and I'm going to go seek out their help. I'm going to advocate for myself, I'm going to ask questions. So we know that that works really well, working with boys in terms of their learning.
I think we are confident in who we are as an institution and what we provide for boys in terms of meeting them where they are and helping them push beyond limitations that they might not even be aware of yet, and helping them to grow into strong, confident, successful men in the future.
We have a wide variety of classes at McCallie, and part of that is we're trying to help every boy be in the right class for their learning. So some boys come to us and they're maybe a bit more advanced in, let's say, their math. We've got classes that will challenge them. And we've got other boys who have some holes in the fundamentals of their math understanding. We've got classes to help those guys. We also know that boys need to use their hands a little bit. They're experiential learners. So we have a really neat program here called Tornado Term, or we call it T-Term. And it happens in January, and the boys come back from the break. They're gonna take a class that's a little bit different. It's a class that doesn't go on their transcript. It's a class that doesn't have a grade. It's really learning just for learning's sake. But it's often outdoors, it's often building something or tearing something apart. It's different in a way that really excites our guys. And so that's a part of our academic curriculum that we think is really important. We have over 20 AP classes here. We offer a wide variety of classes within our different subjects. I joke with our parents that our catalog looks like a college catalog in terms of some of the classes. So we have a class on poetry. We have a class on anatomy and physiology. We have a class on the 1960s in American history. A lot of schools can't offer such a wide variety of classes, so we're really fortunate to be able to do that here. Our facilities here are fantastic. We have something called the Cave, which is where videos and podcasts are produced. We have a science building totally devoted to science. The bottom floor of that building has got an innovation lab with 3D printers, with all the computers that you can imagine, virtual reality tools. And so that's a really neat place where our guys like to be.
We have those kind of robotic projects. I mean, those are some parts from my friend's project. He's working on a biomechanical bird. You have to know what you want to accomplish. You tell faculties your idea, and they can connect you to some people, maybe some professors you need to see. You can find them. And there are guys doing cancer research over there. We recently upgraded our biology lab over there.
So what are all of the facilities and the machines that exist here in the innovation lab?
3D printers and those electronics. But if you're into metal woodwork and some other super cool design, engineering design will be the place.
One thing I love about McCallie is that we don't tell boys where they have to be every minute of every day. They have some freedom. And when they have freedom, they tend to go to places like the Innovation Lab or the Cave, and they can explore their own passions.
Hey guys, nice dining hall. I love it. Yeah, what do you guys have here? How's the food?
Oh, the food is amazing here. We have some soup over here, trying to get healthy, so I got some salad over there.
I got some pork, some pasta, some lettuce. There's a very big variety here at McCallie. There's something for everyone, whether you're vegetarian or gluten-free, even if you're vegan.
Now I'm curious, as an international student, Kevin, was it difficult for you to get used to the food?
Oh, well, not really. Well, occasionally they'll have something like ramen or lo mein. That's like very slightly native. And we do get permission to get some cooking going on in our dorm, but be cautious about that. Because you don't want to make the dorm smell bad. I mean, there are other people in there, so very careful.
What are the dining options available here on campus?
It is a buffet style where there's everything possible for, if you're a boarding student, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then we have what we call fourth meal, which is after night study hall. There's a different enjoyment every single night. So whether it's cinnamon rolls or whether it's pizza or whether it's funnel cake, there's always something, because one of the things that we've learned is there's always somebody who is hungry in terms of you know, the boys will find food wherever you see fit. So if you want to get them together, the surest way to do is to bring food.
So what is it like, you know, the social life here? Is it easy to integrate in as an international student?
A little bit hard for me first year to adjust, mainly because I speak really bad English back then. But my RA really helped me, residential assistants, and they carry me around to, you know, see different people and take me out during weekend for cookout. So they're really supportive people and I love them.
Each of our 6 dorms on campus of varying size have senior RAs residing there. And so these are boys who are elected by their peers and by the student body to have some leadership qualities to kind of help some of our younger guys in the dorms learn the ropes and help them mature, help them grow as they continue through McCallie. So it's an invaluable resource for guys, regardless of whether they're coming to McCallie brand new or whether they've been here for 3 years. It gives them somebody other than faculty to really just talk to and trust and get to know.
What are some of the traditions that exist here on campus?
I mean, there are a bunch of them. Dog Day, we just talked about. There are tons of fun activities that day. Belly flop, teacher versus students activity, some matches going on. It gets really rousy and is really enjoyable. And we also have where all the sport team will compete with the other school across the town, Baylor.
I mean, it gets pretty rowdy Baylor week. We have like a designated spirit week. You know, we dress to like new decades. We have a blue out sort of thing. Oh, yeah. We have TEPS days here because we dress up. Like our kind of tradition is that we occasionally will have dress down days. You know, there's a lot of opportunities to do different things.
Well, like most schools, we have our own vernacular and our own jargon that's very McCallie specific. I mentioned something earlier, we call it back work. Nobody else calls something back work, but that's when teachers are meeting with students. We have a group here called Spirituals, and they're crazy. They are boys who lead us in school spirit. I've never seen a school that does it quite like McCallie does. It's a very McCallie tradition. They are the leaders of the student section to get everyone excited about a game. There's something at McCallie called the One Clap Salute. We're listing a group of boys' names. We're congratulating, let's say, the swim team on winning the championship. After every name, there's just a one clap instead of a lot of applause. If the first time you see it, you're like, what's going on? And then it's pretty endearing. So lots of traditions. We've been in business since 1905. I don't know that all our traditions go back that far. And it's interesting, some traditions have come back. Recently, the alma mater has become a renewed tradition, and the boys sing it every Friday in chapel, and they all lock arms and they sing together about our school.
Are there certain weekend trips that you guys get to go on?
Every single week has like a different schedule. I mean, this week guys are going to Comic-Con and Haunted House. They all occasionally have something like a hiking trail, community service, volunteering. I mean, if you have something that you want to do, like going to a concert in Nashville, you can just tell Mr. Lawson and he'll help you with that.
Do you guys go into town?
Yeah, I think every weekend there's 2 bus runs that are always there. One is to like a convenience store, and 2 is to just the general downtown. You explore for a couple hours, you know, like Clumpy's Ice Cream is some place that pretty much every McCallie guy has been to.
We have a full-time weekend activities director whose primary job here is to find really cool, creative, fun things for these boys to do. So there's nothing that we are forcing them to do, but pretty much every weekend you're going to have community service opportunities where they can go out, they can volunteer at local organizations, serving the Chattanooga Food Bank, going to a petting zoo, going to a paintball opportunity to burn off a little bit of steam. We have what we call Big Five athletic competition, which is just sort of fun athletic competition between the different dorms, so all the boys can get out there and play all different activities. Some of them are sort of universal sports like basketball, and then others are sports that are kind of unique to McCallie. Flicker ball and battle ball and things that we kind of have a little tradition of here. And so it gives the boys a chance to do something like that every weekend. And he also makes sure that there's activities with the Tennessee Titans, the professional football team that's within 2 hours of here, or the Atlanta Braves, a professional baseball team that's within 2 hours. And so the school has a lot of tickets to sporting events and musical concerts and all sorts of things that the boys can just sign up and go to. They get to choose. It's completely up to them.
What would you like to say to your mom about your experience here at McCallie?
I mean, I'm having fun here, so don't be worried of it. I mean, she's not worried about me anyway. Thank you for the opportunity me getting here?
Yeah, no, I'm just very thankful I have the opportunity to be here. I think it's the best choice I've ever made. And I'm not trying to say that lightly. I genuinely feel like the things that I've been able to do, I wouldn't have done if I didn't come here.
Study abroad journey starts with a best fit school, and that school is part of your success. Your journey starts here. Easily browse and compare more than 800 schools over 4 countries and beyond. Smart filters narrow down selection. Fresh and accurate data updated annually. Tuition fee, financial aid, learning opportunities, matriculation or admission requirements. You have a list for consideration? Compare with visually aided charts. Already have a state to start with? Check our map for school locations. Don't worry if you're unsure where to look at, because we have you covered. Find your destined school with Finding School.
So do you think you can name all the sports that exist on campus in 30 seconds?
I seriously doubt it, but we'll give it a shot.
All right.
Personally, I coach football and track and field. We also have cross country, we have basketball, we have wrestling, we have lacrosse, our outdoor program, swimming and diving, soccer, if I didn't mention that one already. We have climbing, we have bowling. Squash is our newest varsity sport here that we just built a new complex for on the other side of campus. And then we have an intramural program that we call McCallie Tornado Athletics, and these are for guys that are just looking to have a good time, but they're not concerned about training for an official team or for college or beyond.
One of the truths around here is that it's hard to take advantage of all the opportunities that are offered here. And so boys have to choose a little bit, because to be a football player makes it difficult to also be part of the beekeeping society or Model UN or, you know, all the different things that are available.
McCallie Athletics is absolutely fantastic in terms of having something for everybody. We have, if you are a varsity athlete who has aspirations of playing in college or beyond, we have sports for that, and we have coaches and trainers and everybody here to help you achieve that goal. But also, if you just like to kind of hang out and relax on the weekends and play a casual game of Frisbee or just, you know, work out for personal health, we have people here to help you learn how to do that safely and properly as well.
I mean, I was a rower freshman and sophomore year, so I did it for 2 years. And my motive joining the crew was like, first week into the school, and I look at those varsity boys, I was like, oh, they're built, like they're cool, they're handsome, and I want to be like that kids, and I want to be fit, because I gained like 20 pounds during COVID. So I want to lose weight, and that's why I joined crew.
But yeah, I mean, the team is very well put together. Even at the races, the alumni will come back. They might even race themselves. I mean, I think what McCallie does very well is that it adjusts to kind of the students' level. Like recently I got an injury, and there's opportunities at McCallie that, you know, give me like certain circumstances. There's like an MFIT and MPT program, which I found to be like very helpful to kind of get back on my feet. So that kind of shows as a support like network to catch you when you fall.
So we are very fortunate at McCallie to have this space. We have a full-time strength and conditioning staff led by Richard Henderson, and he is an extraordinarily knowledgeable person with everything based in science. Everything is based in what he has researched, and he has assembled a fantastic staff of men who help our student athletes achieve their absolute best. And so the boys come in here before school, during school, after school, depending on what sport or activity they're in, and they have a very specific program designed just for them in that season's activity.
Now, apart from sports, what are some of the other activities that exist here on campus for students?
There's a great drama program here led by some people that really care about the boys and what they are interested in doing. They tend to the boys' spiritual life as well for guys that, regardless of your faith background, if you do have a faith background, they provide opportunities to go out and check out places around campus as well as out in the Chattanooga community at large. Really, it's speech competitions, poetry recitals. Candlelight is something that we do every year in December. That is sort of like a holiday concert that we have there. And then we also have Whirlwind in the spring to do the same thing. The music department here is first rate as well.
And then for boys that maybe are less interested in being part of an athletic team, there's other opportunities to collaborate with students. It's called Model United Nations. Our yearbook staff just gave out their yearbooks this week, and all the boys that worked on it were dressed in blazers, and they were so proud to give the yearbooks to the guys. That's a great opportunity. So most of our boys, I would say, are involved in multiple things around campus. There's just countless opportunities.
So I hear Chattanooga is a cool city. Tell us a little bit about that.
I guess being in Chattanooga, you have a lot of options to venture outside of the school. I got a lot of friends that rock climb like on campus, but on the weekends they'll travel out downtown because Chattanooga has a lot of rock climbing centers that do very well. There's a lot of outdoor activities. I know like people like Mr. Gibbons runs hiking, and we'll go to like Mount LeConte with the Hugheses, and they'll offer these outdoor experiences that you might not find elsewhere. That will give you like outdoor Tennessee Southern experience.
I'm very fortunate in running Burns dorm, which is one of our largest on campus. We currently have 70 boys in that dorm. The dorm that is located geographically right below us on campus is Presley dorm, which has almost 70 boys in that dorm, and that is primarily freshmen with some senior RAs, some senior resident advisors.
Well, the dorms here at McCallie are fantastic. They're super clean, and I hear the boys' rooms are also very, very clean. And this is an example of a room, and Sabin's invited me to visit, so let's see. Sabin, are you in there?
Hi, Phoebe.
Can I come in and see your room?
Please come in.
Look at this stunning view.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
We got the basic things like the mini fridge, the couch, you know, got a little projector set up over there to watch the football game. Overall, it's been a great time. There's a big cabinet space, nice desks we can use. They provide us with these beds as well. Running AC, nothing you can really complain about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the facilities at this dorm are great. You have the ping pong paddles and tables outside, and then downstairs you have a lot more of like the spike ball activities. Every person is assigned to an advisor, and we have the pleasure to go to these advisory meetings, go out to dinner together. For me personally, I've gotten a lot of support from the dorm head, Mr. Tolar and Mrs. Tolar, and they come around every now and then giving cookies to the students, you know, making sure they're doing okay in class, their mental health is all right. There's always a large support system here at McCallie.
But a good portion of our faculty and staff live on campus currently and serve in residential life in some capacity. And so for us, it's the opportunity to sign up for what you enjoy doing. So if we have faculty who really are into baseball, they can sign up and chaperone those trips down to Atlanta to watch a professional baseball game. And it gives them a chance to enjoy doing what they're doing while also getting to know some guys who might not live in their dorm or might not be in their classroom or might not be on their athletic team.
Sabin and Kevin, we're here in your common room, and it's a beautiful view. It's a beautiful common room.
I see.
And what do you guys do in your common room?
During study hall, we just, you know, hang around here, talk about some problems we have, like math class. It's a good study quad. But other than that, there's a table tennis over there, so you can play whenever you're free.
You know, our study hall times get pretty busy. You know, you got pretty much every chair here filled. Sometimes you'll have the person on duty, whoever that teacher is. If they're teaching a certain class, they'll help the students in that class. So it's kind of a nice place where you can hold each other accountable and get some tutoring on the side.
What do you guys do for fun?
You know, have some barbecues outside, maybe during the weekend.
I was able to get a guitar from the guitar department down in the middle school, so I'm very fortunate to have that in my room, so I can kind of just play whenever I want to.
So how have you guys grown as males since you've gotten here?
Well, as an RA, or part of a dorm, I guess, you know, there's always things happening to, you know, everyone's life. Sometimes it's a family crisis. Last year I was in North Hutch, and like during study hall, I heard one of the boys next to me, like, he was on the phone and suddenly he cried. I was like, what was going on, buddy? He was like, I broke up with my girl, and it was like really, really emotional. So it's a good chance to like show your support and, you know, take care of each other. And that's how we grow, I guess.
I mean, it's learning to support. I think it's carrying a lot more responsibility. I mean, as we get older, like, we look at the guys in Presley and we gotta kind of be the person that shows them to be better. Like,
there's a lot of things that happen in life that you can't control, whether you like lose someone like Kevin was saying. And as a group, it's kind of our responsibility to show that they're not alone.
Do you think you would have grown in similar ways had you not gone to a boys' boarding school?
Well, I know Kevin. Kevin's a very smart guy, so I think he would have gone there. But I think you need a lot of like circumstances to like quicken and perpetuate that like knowledge of trying to like be a man, growing to manhood. And just having people around you who you're like not always competing with, but working together with, that kind of fosters that responsibility.
Yeah, on my part, I mean, I've been in boarding life for 10 plus years since I went to like public school in China, and they're all boarding school. Here, it's different. Like I was talking about like sense of brotherhood again. Like everybody take care of each other, hold each other accountable. I mean, in college or somewhere else other than McCallie, people just, you know, only care about their own life, and you know they're too consumed by their own time and themselves.
Like any organization that works exclusively with boys, the term brotherhood gets thrown around. It can be overused. It can be misused. I think if you're doing your job right here as faculty and staff, and you're doing it for the right reasons, which we are, it happens organically, and that's something that I think boys in general do best when you give them parameters, you give them guidance, you give them very clear instructions about responsibility and accountability, but then you let them figure things out for themselves in a lot of ways. What McCallie provides is a safety net. So unlike when you get to college at the university level where there's very little safety net, here, you know, you still have people checking up on you. So you still have, you have freedom, but there are adults present who have experienced these things who are there to help guide you along. So when you take the wrong step, when you make a decision that you didn't understand why you made that in the time, you have people here who come alongside you and help you figure things out. And so the boys are, their opinions and their personalities are as varied as the boys themselves. And so there's no one McCallie boy. I think what we look for is boys who are multidimensional. We don't want boys to specialize. We want boys to be here to get the whole experience. So instead of just being one person with one interest, how many different things can you do? Because in the course of your life, you're going to have a lot of time to specialize, and now isn't that time. We want to encourage boys to get the entire experience here so they're better rounded as they get older.
So what are some of the coolest things that you've seen your students do in the past year? I
think, you know, there's some special traditions here. The bonfire before our big rivalry football game is always fun, and I think that's, especially for me this year, having so many boys from around the world who were new to McCallie, seeing them down there, seeing a bonfire on that scale for the first time, seeing the guys who play in our pep band who were performing in front of that, and they hadn't even watched a football game really up close before they got to McCallie, but they get caught up in sort of the culture of what's special here, what's unique to McCallie, what's unique to Chattanooga, Tennessee, what's unique to the southern United States. And it becomes something where then in turn they get to help us understand, those of us who haven't traveled abroad yet, help us understand what's important in their culture. And I think that's where, you know, things, you kind of get to grow a little bit. I got a chance to talk to some of our boys from the Caribbean islands and about some of the food that they like. And so we're, you know, trying to figure out, well, how are we going to do a cookout? And I've got some of the guys from other countries in the dorm who said, well, I've got some family recipes that, can we go out and get this food? Can we do a big, you know, potluck dinner for the dorm? And I think that's a cool opportunity where they get a chance to bring something that's special from them here, and guys who are from here locally get a chance to do something special and show them what's meaningful to them.
One thing about McCallie is you don't have to be a finished product when you arrive here. We're not looking for perfect. What we're looking for is a boy that's willing to buy in, to give what we are trying to help them understand, give it a shot. Because we think if you do, you're going to become a better student, you're going to become a better person, a better son, a better husband, a better father. We're not looking for boys who are perfect right now. We love to see that growth.
So I guess one thing to sum up your McCallie experience, 3 adjectives, what would that be?
I think one would try to be more creative. Being here, I was very closed-minded and like what I thought I was gonna do. I kind of walked in thinking all I was gonna do was like stay in my room and study, and that was kind of be my life. But I quickly learned like that's not what McCallie is. Like there's definitely an element of that, but you do that with people, not by yourself. I don't know how to say it, but like having a close bond, that sort of team building, having like honor in yourself and like carrying yourself in a certain way.
I'll just say honor, truth, duty. Even though it's not adjective, but it's pretty accurate.
Honor is the backbone of this school. We talk a lot about honor, truth, duty. That's a phrase you hear at McCallie a lot. We are going to be honorable, not because it's easy to be honorable, not because it's convenient. In the world these boys live in, there's a lot of opportunities to take shortcuts, and we are asking them to be uncommon in that world. There's examples of where this plays out in our common culture. We're not a school of locked doors. We're a school where guys can leave their backpack and they know that nobody's going to touch it. Our teachers trust that our students are being honest. You know, one of my favorite memories as a student at McCallie was being given a test by one of my teachers, and then he left the room. And he just trusted that we were not going to cheat on that test. And he was right to trust us because we understood that's not what we do here.
Wow, what a day it's been at McCallie School. From the deep brotherhood of students to the dynamic academics, as well as the fun-filled extracurriculars in this beautiful, vast campus. It's no wonder McCallie is a wonderful place for boys to attend and to grow and to mature into young, wonderful gentlemen. And I hope you will continue to enjoy our boarding pass experience. And until next time, we'll see you again.